ladies and gentlemen, Prince Whippoorwhip. Tell us about growing up in the Bronx during the 70s and 80s.
Ooh-wee, the whole city was on some, madness. Watch what block you walk on. That was a war zone, man. New York was mad. Warriors was a little bit Hollywood and glorified, but basically that was kind of hit home.
You brought up Grandmaster Caz. Explain to us how important he was to the beginning of your career.
Kid Frost comes to the house because we lived in an apartment. Everybody lived in this apartment. Muggs lived in it. DJ Aladdin lived in it. Funkin' Klein lived in it. Grandmaster Caz lived in it.
Tell us about meeting Tupac in his early career. Tell me about your relationship with Booyah Tribe. What are your thoughts on the whole recent Afrika Bambaataa thing?
Don't you think he would be judged by now?
I don't know. R. Kelly got off. I don't know how that happened.
Yo.
Tell us about growing up in the Bronx during the 70s and 80s. Tell me what you remember specifically, if you can, about 1977 and the whole Bronx is burning.
Man, watch what block you walk on. Truthfully, it's one of them things that so much has happened to pinpoint specific things. Like in that year, I think that was a blackout, wasn't it?
Exactly.
We had a blackout. And, the whole city was on some, madness. And, like I said, but I mean, a lot of people put a big thing on it. It was a blackout. We've had them before. I live in Michigan now. They happen here quite often because we got tornadoes and crap out here. But the whole city was in turmoil. And, after that blackout, everybody was fly.
Oh, yeah, looting and all that, huh?
Everybody had DJ equipment. Things were kind of nice. But bottom line is, it was New York, you know what I'm saying? So, man, what can you say?
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Yeah.
I wasn't involved in none of that madness. Thank you.
There you go. Well, hey, we grew up watching, movies like The Warriors, one of my all-time, if not all-time favorite movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
classic,
so, I mean,
yes.
is it comparable to what you were seeing back then, with the gangs and all of that?
Pretty much. Did you watch The Rumble Kings?
I'm very familiar with it. I haven't seen it all the way through.
Okay. See, the Warriors was a little bit Hollywood and glorified, but basically that was kind of hit home. If you watch the Rumble Kings, it's pretty much the exact same thing, but the real version. Literally, the fact that we were young and we were bold and we weasels, we getting in and out of whatever, we gonna do whatever. That's one thing, but the fact that literally that was all around you, you better have been somebody or know somebody who's super down because, hey, that was a war zone, man. New York was mad. I'm talking, our playgrounds was junkyards. Our toys was garbage can tops and bricks. Damn. Throwing shit at each other. Those were the games. That's it. And then you got to, going to high school, you got to cut through like Little Italy and shit like that and getting shot at and ducking and dodging bullets. That shit was kind of bananas.
Damn.
But hey, we made it. We're here.
Yeah,
It's like turtles making it to the water. Seagulls ain't get us, you know what I mean? We made it to the water, got large.
That's right. And we live to tell the story. Tell me some of the gangs that were popping back then.
Oh, come on, dude. It was too many, man. Black Spades. Let's put it this way. Besides this ethnicities, you have white things that was bananas. You got the Chinglings, you got the Black Spades, you have the Immortals. I mean, there's hundreds in the Bronx alone.
Damn.
So imagine Brooklyn, Queens, and all of that. But we never left Bronx. If you had you met a girl, she was from Brooklyn. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll meet up in Manhattan or some shit. Because I mean, we kept those rules right. Like when we played at Harlem World. Brooklyn would come up to Harlem World. Bronx would come down to Harlem World. But a lot of people ain't go. Brooklyn really didn't come up to the T connection, just a chosen few. And fortunately, we were able to perform in a lot of places, like in the Armory and all that stuff down there in Brooklyn. But hey, we had limos, guns, and the whole nine. I mean, it's like you're driving with an armored car. You have to protect yourself, serious.
Yeah, damn.
And this is back in the day, yo. This is back before people were shooting and bugging out. But you still had to have your gun, because if you didn't have it, man, come up with you're doing parties, you're getting paid, so God bless Waterbed and his mother, because she was definitely on point, making sure we were safe.
That's Kev's mom, right?
Yes, sir.
Hip.
Master Rob.
So tell us, she kept you guys supplied with the pistols back there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nice, nice.
Because I mean, you got to remember, there was a lot of speakeasies. You go to the bar, put a line up on the table, blah blah blah, and just sipping at the bar. You know, coke was a regular casual thing. But then downstairs, you go behind the bar and you go downstairs where they got gambling and all that. Yo, mayhem does occur doing all of that. A lot of people don't, you know, like I said, if you wasn't really down back then, you don't know about a lot of that crap.
Yeah.
You know, you just know about what's superficial.
In your eyes.
Listening to Who Hurt playing these breaks, you know, up in Cedric, Cedar Park. I remember going to Flash and up at 23, 63, and listening to Flash. And my first real MC was kind of like Melly Mel, Creole, and Cowboy. When it was DJ Flash and the 3 MCs, which made me want to get on the microphone. I remember Hollywood doing his thing. Now, we were young bucks now, but I was hanging out with Grandmaster Caz, who was a little bit older. And wherever he went, of course, the Mighty Force crew, which was us, we went. So we were able to get in these places where everybody's wearing suits and shit, but we wearing leaves. You know what I'm saying? Broke ass and shit like that. And they're like, yo, that shit ain't allowed. Yo, fuck that. They gave us a pass. And a lot back in the day, I remember going to the Monterey Park. It was a project right off 180th, where Monterey Projects, where Bam would play at the in the social room. Little hot box, man. But as soon as he started playing Give It Up and all of that other shit, you know, monkeying all the crazy ass there, you know, Bubba just been berserk, start sticking up, just like in Bronxville. But you know, I grew up in that era, and Caz. See, I came up on the Grandmaster Caz. Back then, DJ Casanova Fly, of course, and Disco Wiz was down, A1 DJ Mighty Mike, and it was me.
Whoa.
And back in that day, back in that era and time, hold on, let me take a little shot of this here.
Do your thing. What you sipping?
Shiraz, baby, of course.
There you go, Playboy. I'm hitting a blunt right now, so I'm gonna give you a virtual hit over the phone.
Oh, I wish I could smoke, man. You know, I like to. Back in the day, I used to smoke like a broke stove, but now, you know, I'll take one. If I took a hit, I take one hit or something like that. If I did that, I'll be blasted. So I'm like, you know, I save it for special occasions, like birthdays and Christmas or something like that.
There you go. I'm 42, so
I came up. Birthday, whatever.
I came up on the dirt weed.
You know that? Hey, I don't care. You know, back in the 70s, let me tell you, New York, man, they had that Thai stick.
Tell us about that.
That's back when they had that blonde and Colombian gold, and nothing was bright green and sparkly, but you did have that yellow shit. They used to call it blonde. They used to sell $3 bags of that shit. It probably equals like a 20 now or some shit like that. I don't know, because I don't buy weed.
Yeah.
But yo, I remember this one spot. They had it was sealed, and you get literally one whole Thai stick for like $20. My God, you smoked that shit, you forgot your name.
And explain to these kids, because it's actually on a stick. It's on a stick, right?
It's the whole bud. They give you the whole shit. Damn. It was the whole shit. It was compressed, you know, of course, because that's just definitely from Thailand. It was compressed, but man, let me tell you, motherfuckers talk about all that shit now. I'm like, you forget your fucking name, man. This is in the 70s.
Brought up Grandmaster Caz. Explain to us how important he was to the beginning of your career.
Wow. Well, back then, he was just a DJ. He wasn't really an MC. And we were a crew called the Mighty Force. Me, Rich Rock, a couple of people. They're probably all dead right now, really. Most of them are dead. And back then, you needed somebody to carry them turntables, them record crates, speakers. You know, it was a task, so it was a crew. I met this guy called Smiley Smile. His brother was down with the Peacemakers, Lele and them off 180th and Mates. And the Smiley Smile, him too, always carried in a complaint at 32. He introduced me to Caz, so he lived right across the street from Caz. And we became cool. We became a crew. And from that point, I'll never forget. I was like, oh, we used to sit up in all the parks in the area, in the 181st Grand Concourse area, T-Bout and all of that. And I wanted to just get on the mic and announce, yo, where we going to be at, what we going to do. So we had the echo chamber and the whole nine. And once I did that, dude, I got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle. I should have said single, but Ciroc hit me, you know what I'm saying? But no, let me tell you. And from that point on, there goes the writing. And at that same time, Caz started writing too. So the next thing you know, it's me and him. And there was a party that was thrown at a place called, what's the name of that place? It was across the street from the PAL. It was kind of like our home base, the Blue Lagoon.
Okay.
And we had a party with the L brothers. Grandmaster Theodore, Mean Gene, Cordio, Kibby Kev, Master Rob, Busy B. Starsky, and Grandmaster Caz and myself.
Okay, damn.
Big Bang Hank was our manager at the time.
Oh, okay.
Say what?
No, that's an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They get on, they rock, they doing their thing. I get on, I rock, I do my thing. And literally, I sent the Caz. I'm like, yo, I need somebody else to get up on this mic with me, yo. I can't be rocking from 10 to 6 like this. You know what I mean? So literally, that was it. We rock a party. When the party starts, usually it's like 9, 10 o'clock. And it don't end until like 5, 6 in the morning.
Oh, damn, okay.
And when you go on MC, it's a certain pace of a party. Like when you first get on, okay, yeah, you rocking, blah, 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 play Jam on the Groove, we'll get down all these little joints, man, yeah. And come 11 o'clock, that's when you really want to start rocking. Because come 12 o'clock, that's when Caz will start playing a little slower breaks, break it down, give a nigga a chance to breathe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But come 1 o'clock again, you got to get back on that grind and really rock that party from 1 to 3 and fuck that shit up. If you don't do that, then hey, you'll know your next party when there ain't nobody up in there that you ain't really do your job. So that's how it went. The people will see the party. If they like that shit, they'll come back. So I'm like, yo, we have to definitely get another MC. So I remember in front of the PAL, I don't even know the name of the DJ, but there was a brother that was there rocking on the mic, pink glasses, and his name was Dotty Dot. D-O-T-T-Y-D-O-T. So I'm spelling it right, Dotty Dot. And I'm like, yo, hold the auditions, yada, yada, need an MC, da-da-da. He was like, yo, bam. And bam, he came through, and, we clicked. We really clicked. And if you want to know where the name Salt and Pepper came from with me and Dada Rock, we went to a party in 63, and Mean Gene said, damn, every time I see y'all together like Salt and Pepper.
There it is.
We looked at each other, we was like, yo, that was some fly shit. Salt and Pepper. Bam, we're talking, this is like 70s, and I'm like, hey. So, bam, that was really a prolific writer. He was a great writer. So he wrote a lot of the Salt and Pepper routines that we did, man. We made two, literally, we were the two MCs that sounded like one. Okay? Literally. If you want to get a remix, go see Run DMC. The bottom line is whip, Dada Rock, and we just rock that shit.
Nice.
So, and to solidify the bullshit I'm talking, check out Wild Style. What was I wearing? Martinez and Stretch. Was there a Run DMC then?
Nope.
Hell, shouldn't know.
Nope.
All right, because we filmed that, 1980, 1981. So, Grandmaster J even said it. I heard him say it in an interview. I went up to the Bronx. This is what the cats was wearing, this, that, and the other. So, but, I still wear my shit now. Motherfuckers like, oh, that's a Run DMC shit. No, that's a whip shit. Because niggas from the Bronx was wearing that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some Boogie Down Bronx
Yeah, we're looking
shit.
at it right now. We're watching it on the big screen. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's some Boogie Down Bronx shit.
Okay.
Let's keep it real. So, anyway, we were going through...
I'm not
going to come a road. It was, me and that, we were inseparable. From that point on, you talking walking through Katona Park, if you know what Katona Park is.
Nah.
Going from 63 back home, yada, yada, in the Boogie Down. Dude, we did that shit like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Hell no.
Something which I do not recommend you try now.
Let alone then. Huh?
If you like life. But we had that rep. I was in the studio, and I did a remake of Booyah Tribe called Listen to How It Goes.
Okay.
and I did the Spanish-English thing. And I performed it with my dancers and yada yada. And then Kid Frost was on, and he did his gig. And I was like, okay, I'm watching the show. And after the gig, we talking, and I'm like, yo, dude, why you ain't doing that in Spanish, man? You Mexican, yo. He was like, yo, he didn't even think about that. He was like, yeah,
Nice.
you know. You got to remember, at that time, we were on Power 106 doing the old school show, Curtis Blow,
Yeah.
Donald D, and myself. And I would flip and do all of that Spanish shit. Motherfuckers was calling up like, yo, it was like, that was fire. It didn't really, you know what I'm saying? People didn't really think about it. Well, a few months later, Kid Frost comes to the house because we lived in an apartment. Everybody lived in this apartment. Muggs lived in it. DJ Aladdin lived in it. Funkin' Klein lived in it. Grandmaster Caz lived in it. Whip a Whip. Special K. You know, we all lived in this apartment building. And I think it was long because Aladdin moved in. And he was like, yo, where you at? You know, because he was syndicate. We were all syndicate. And he was like, yo, so we all moved up in that building. So we are, you know, it's kind of like 3 floors. But one day, Frost came to the door. I was kind of like knocking boots. So I'm like, yo, kind of like, yeah. In the mix, he was like, yo, nah, I just wanted you to hear this. And he played the instrumental to La Raza.
Dun,
I
dun,
was like, dude, that's a hit right there.
Yeah.
Yep. I said, dude, that's a hit right there. And he was like, yo, good look, bye, bye. Next thing you know, yeah, that shit came out. It was fire.
Yeah.
You know, so we ended up doing a video. I'm you know, if you look at the video, you'll see Whip all up in there, dressed suited like we usually do.
No shit.
Zulu
Okay.
King style.
Oh, that's crazy as fuck.
But oh yeah, come on, and henceforth, you know, the Latin boom was just boom. But now back then, you got to remember, I was also on salsero.
Okay. What's that?
You know, because my thing was I grew up listening to Hector Lavoe, you know, Ray Barreto, Tito Puente, and all of that. You know, and so salsa was my thing. So I'm in the studio, and now Kid Frost is producing some of the Latin shit I'm doing.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, you know, it's full circle. But I mean, you know, life is as life is. Yeah. And of course, you know, when Muggs was living in the building, of course, Cypress and them, they was youngins when they was coming up, you know, to the crib getting weed and whatnot.
No shit. B-Real, Send-Dog, and Muggs.
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
Yep. Because Muggs lived with Aladdin in that same building. And this is even before they formed Cypress Hill. You know, they were kids. So.
Damn, yeah. Mellow.
We're talking 80, 85, 86.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Mellow Man Ace definitely named you as an inspiration.
Enough respect. Yeah, that's my man. I love him, man. I love all my Latin brothers, yo. You know, a lot of people, Ice said something to me one time that I stick with and I found very profound. He was like, a brother could pull up on another brother, and the brother's riding real nice in a nice Benzo or a nice Royce or some shit like that, and the brother looking at him is like, look at this motherfucker, he think he all that. Well, we got that mentality of that. So why can't you see that brother and be like, yeah, my man coming up and shining, man. I'm proud of that, man. You know, keep on doing your thing. You know.
Damn, that was a great Ice-T impression. That was a great Ice-T impression, by the way. Well done, my man. That was fucking on point. Go ahead.
You know, and you know, I was always like, anytime somebody did something privileged, everything, you know, relevant and something nice, I'm like, yes, that's what's up. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. Music-wise, coming up doing this, that, and the other. Yo, when Cypress Hill did, when they did their thing, I went from being, a guy to a super fan, because I'm like, that's what's up. That's what I want to hear. That's the way it should be. And that shit was beautiful. Even when Everlast was down with Ice, at first he started as Everlast and then did the House of Pain thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yes, that's how it's supposed to go down. Jump around, motherfucker. Make everybody get up and get down.
I love that shit.
Positive with it. Because that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to uplift our brothers, you know, represent them. So, you know, I've been blessed to be able to still represent, you know, travel all over the world and do what I do. I got to give the shout out to, of course, Grandmaster Caz, a Cool Herc in Afrika Bambaataa, and you know, most of all, I'm a branch from this tree, Grandmaster Caz.
Tell us about meeting Tupac in his early career.
Tell you about what?
Meeting Tupac in his early career.
Actually, I met Tupac in Japan.
No shit.
We met in Japan. It was, I want to say 1990.
Okay.
Because he was still with Digital, and they just did that All My Love, the same song. And And he was like, yo, I'm getting a deal. I'm doing my own stuff and da-da-da-da. And I remember DJ Utaka, and I forgot the other guy. But Pac and them had Digital had a concert with Queen Latifah. We just so happened to be at the same hotel, which was the Presidente. And we're walking through the hotel, and they're like, who's playing hip-hop in this motherfucker? They're like, loud, you know what I'm saying? And it was Queen Latifah. Yeah. I was like, what's up, girl? And you're like, what are you guys doing? I said, yeah, well, same thing you doing out here. We here to tear it up. We got shows. And so we clicked, and we went to their concert. We actually got on stage. What record was that? I forgot what song it was. Towards the end of the show, we got on stage, and there is a tape. I'm sure Money B got it, of all of us rocking. Tupac, me, Shot, and we went from there to a party that, it wasn't even a party, it was a club. An empty club. It only had like 4 or 5 people in it. So whatever extra people was there came with us. And me and Pop rocked the mic by ourselves, just, going back and forth for like the whole night after that, from like 2 in the morning to like 5 in the morning. Damn. And when I first met him then, very nice guy, typical guy, there wasn't no thug life there yet. And he's just really humble and just a really great guy. And I didn't think twice about it. I just, another cool guy. And come back to when we came back to the States and he started working, started doing his thing, his shit just instantly blew up. He blew up beyond recognition. So we ran into each other in clubs, and we were supposed. Oh, you know how you get down and be like, yo, yeah, we're gonna do this, And you say you're gonna do something, but it just never gets done.
Yeah.
Because you're both on your high horses and you're both doing your thing. So I know he ended up doing something with Mel and Scorp, because I heard Scorp play something about 6 months ago, and it was Mel and Scorp, Pac, and it was a really nice track. And I was like, damn, there's still a lot of nice shit out there that ain't been played yet.
No one has heard, huh?
Yep.
Damn.
But he put it on Facebook. That shit was nice.
Damn.
Because I heard it for the first time. I was like, whoa, that's really nice. So it's out there.
Damn, that's dope as fuck.
And but that goes with everybody. Every time you see everybody, yo, let's do something, let's get together, let's rock. Yeah, all right, yeah, okay, let's do that. But that shit never clicks.
Yep. Tell me about your relationship with Booyah Tribe.
That's family.
R.I.P. Godfather.
That's really family. That's really family, yes. R.I.P. big time, because I'll never forget, we did a video. And this is how it really started with us and them. They became security, because Afrika Islam and ICE, it was all a popular thing, but they was our security when we changed from Order to Bush to United Nations. And we moved from Hollywood to Sunset. And it was too rough for them to be our security, because they've been walking outside with Uzis and shit. And people are like, yo. The owner was like, hey, I just lose my license. And they're like, yo, we're security. Yo, this is what's up. But we did a video for Grandmaster Melly Mel called Mama. And they were in it. It was a big jail scene, And, of course, everybody was flexing and shit. And they automatic from then, they was like, yo, OGs. Because they didn't know everybody's name, so all they just kept calling us was OGs. So when you got the Booyah Tribe calling you OGs, that's some fly shit. But let me tell you, I'm gonna rewind a little bit and tell you where I first saw them. Me and Hen just left Power 106. We took KRS and Scotland Rock there. We took them all around. We took them to that station. We took them to there was a college station somewhere. I forgot the name of the college station. That was a big station back in the day. And we went to this party. And so Hen is like, yo, let me wait in the car. We're sitting in this caddy, let me listen to this mix. So we're listening to the mix. Next thing I know, I see a guy fly out of this big window pane in front of this club that we're about to go into. Motherfucker comes flying and he lands right in front of the caddy. We're like, oh shit, there we going in there, huh? So these motherfucking gorillas come out and start stomping this cat. And then one of them happens to look up and look at the car. Mind you, my window, I think, was, cracked for about maybe an inch or two. And same with Hen, and they came up to the car, they was like, yo, they didn't even mess with the window. They tried to open the door. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know what happened, but something took their attention away, and they turned their heads. I told him, yo, put this bitch in reverse and peel the fuck back. Man, he did that. A bottle came at us. We parked at the back of the parking lot to watch the rest of what was going on. I'm like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. It was the Booyah Tribe.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, so that's my first impression of them. This is before me knowing them. The next thing, they're doing security for us, and I'm like, motherfuckers don't even remember nothing. I know who they are. And so we did the video for Melly Mel Mama, and it was a jailhouse thing, and I forgot what studio we was at, but it was really nice. If you Google that, it's a hot video. My son was about 3 or 4 years old, so I said, yo, that's his first debut. And he was on there with my ex-wife. And we just became the best of friends. Every time I seen them, because we used to wear red a lot. So they used to love the shit out of us in that red, man.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, jeez. I'll never forget. Dub C came at us one time. We was at a party. He's like, yo, man, I can't say what's up. Y'all too bright. I got to just, like, bounce out. I was like, so with us, I'm like, colors. I'm like, yo, it's just the color, yo. We're still in Bronx mode. But I understand it, because it's just like wearing a vest, your colors going through a neighborhood. So, it's relatable. And we've been OGs and friends, and from that point on, it's been a great thing.
What are your thoughts on the whole recent Afrika Bambaataa thing with the allegations, that were going on?
I'm like this. I still travel with Bam. I love Bam. I've never met nobody more spiritual, someone who helps people. I don't know what happened back. I grew up. You got to remember, I grew up under Afrika Islam in California from the '80s. So we were the West Coast Zulus. I wasn't an East Coast Zulu, therefore I don't know what jumped off, whatever. But the way I see it, the man he hasn't been, what's the word I'm calling? They call it. He ain't, I ain't see a judge say, yo, you're this, that, and the other, and this is what's up. It's like that R. Kelly shit that's jumping off right now. I love Bambaataa, that's my man, and I stand behind him because I think what's going on is any person that has that knowledges people and inspires you. I mean, every day I get so much information. He's fed me more information than the entire New York City school system. Because I come to find out, their shit is like ass backwards. And I feel like, it's the same thing. Like, all these grades. You got Cosby that was buying, what was it, NBC, CBS, one of those. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you got all these people talking about, he did this, he did that, he in jail. Really? So, to be honest, I love Bambaataa. That's my man. And I stand behind him because I've never seen no such shit like that. And I've toured with him for the longest. So we're getting ready to go to Brazil again. I'm going to Brazil with him in March. And all he does is spread knowledge and builds, and connects people, squashes beefs. People got to remember all that old good shit. Now, what's happening with all that hearsay and all that hearsay, it's like, wow. Because I had to, straight from the horse's mouth, step to me and say, yo, that was all a mistake. It wasn't me. I was trying to sell a book. I ain't even going to go there to tell you who it is. But I was trying to, and he apologizing to me, but I'm like, why? I'm like, hey, you are what you are. You do what you do. You said what you said. I don't know what's going on. But to be honest, I've never seen him, and as a matter of fact, our first time linking back in the days when Afrika Islam, we were doing Zulus in the West Coast, that band came down, and he's like, damn, y'all working hard. Y'all got the medallions, you got the outfits, you got the shirts, you got the hats. Islam was on it. When it came to Zulu Nation, Afrika Islam was on it. So, and we was like, yo, because to me, every time I saw Bam, I was always in awe, like, oh my God. Before, even more so than Herc and Bambaataa. I mean, Herc and Flash. Because Bam always stood on this pedestal. It's like, yo, you got to go through an army to get to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so seeing him was like, but now knowing him and seeing his joking side and to see that he's just a regular guy, he's phenomenal. I ain't got nothing to say bad about my man Afrika. He's a king, and I'm going to treat him that way. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't have a bad thing to say. And for the people who do think that, sometimes, you might think you're standing up for something, but you might be doing something wrong. Or you might be right. But I think there's only one judge on that, and he's upstairs. So whatever God says, I'm with. You know what I mean? Until then, I treat all my brothers, I go by what I see and what I know. And if you good, you good. Period.
So you've never seen anything, so that's good. And even though a lot of people on the streets have convicted him already, until you see a judge bang that gavel, you're backing him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on now. If all of that jumped off, don't you think he would be judged by now?
I don't know. R. Kelly got off. I don't know how that happened.
Yo, money.
There you go. There it is, right there.
I just watched that documentary, and I was like, I didn't know none of that. I didn't know all of that.
Yeah.
But analyze it. Think about it. What do these females have to gain, and what do they have to lose on this? They already lost because they were young, dumb. You do shit that you regret later. You become an adult, you be like, damn, what I did was fucked up. But were you a participant or were you a victim? I don't know.
Sadly, sometimes you could be
It went
both.
to his